All right, welcome everybody. This is XCSR Thousand Student Radio, and this is Visionary Collectives. And today we have a very special guest, reigning from the Morgan State University, Kamari. Kamari, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Today, guys, we're just gonna go through little segments, just talking to Kamari about what she's doing, and yeah. So to get into it, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Just anything, man.
Well, so far I am a multimedia journalism major at the illustrious Morgan State University. Get it right?
Illustrious?
Yes, the illustrious Morgan State University, also known as the National Treasure, located in the heart of Baltimore, Maryland. I am, once again, a multimedia journalism major with the intention of going into sports. But as of right now, I've been branching off and going to explore fields such as communications, public relations, things like that. So really it's just a matter of trying to put myself in different spaces and just gain all the experience that I can possibly gain.
Okay. And so sports. So is that like a big topic for you that's like, special to you?
Yes, I love sports. I love sports so bad. I will say my favorite one is football. I am a die-hard Ravens fan. So yeah.
Okay. I don't know about that, man.
Okay,
I'm a Steelers fan, so it's like
okay, we're gonna skip past that one. Anyway.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna go. You're actually at a lot of. I've seen your profile, and you have a lot of like leadership roles. Mm-hmm. And so can you talk a little bit about some of those?
I don't believe I am officially holding any positions as of right now, although I'm looking to get more involved with them in the future. I wouldn't say that, actually no, I feel like I've done a lot of influencing things on Morgan's campus, but one thing that I personally do is I have, what have I done so far? I've done a lot.
I know, because I know there's a little buzz going on right now with the template. So you created a Who's That MSU template. Mm-hmm. So, talk a little bit about that and like how you created that and yeah.
So I was at work and I was bored. I am also a communications media specialist at my job. And so that really gives me free time to just, create, because that's pretty much what my position does. I decided to just open up Canva and just go for it. And I decided to make a template. And I was like, you know what? I seen it on someone's story, and she attends another university. And it was a, who's who at insert school here. Mm-hmm. So I was like, Morgan should definitely do that. And I went ahead and I just created that, but in Morgan. And then I took the plunge. I was like, I don't know if anyone's really going to do it. I don't know if they're actually going to care. And then I blinked, and all of a sudden it has like 1.3K stories attached to the sticker. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And then the jump was there were so many other people who had also done it. I mean, I seen Hampton, I seen Eastern Shore. I had people paying me to make templates for them.
Wait, paying you?
Yes, paying me.
So you're getting money from this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I'm not charging crazy amounts. Just, a little $5, because at the end of the day, we are college students. So, yeah, I don't want to do too much. But, yeah, I've then began to have people contacting me. They're like, hey, can you make me a template? I'm like, you want me to make you a template? Really? And they're like, yeah.
These are like students from like various, campuses. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I think I had someone the other day. He was coming all the way from Indiana asking me to make a template for Ball State. I don't exactly remember where that is, but Ball State University is in Indiana. So, yeah.
So, like, wow. How are they finding you?
Honestly, I guess it's just through social media. You have people from different locations, different areas around the United States. And because college, you have people coming from so many places to one specific location. Right. They are also pushing your content out to multiple groups. So that being said, they might also attend different universities and they see that and they're like, you know what? I see what they're doing for their school, so I want to do that for my school. So I was like, okay, I'll help you out. And I've made over 15 templates, and now I've had people telling me, they're like, hey, look what you started. There's people at my school doing this, there's people at my school doing this. And even, I believe, some of the Greek organizations have gotten on it as well. So I was like, oh, okay.
Also, everybody knows.
Yeah.
So
And you know what's funny? My dad, he is a part of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and he texted me the other day, and he was like, hey, look at this. I was like, oh, what is that? And it was an older member, so I think he was an older guy, alumni member, old head. He participated in the trend. And then he was getting ready. My father, being himself, he got ready. He was like, "Yeah, my daughter started this," and I was like, "Oh wow!" Because let me see if I can show you.
So this is getting to the public and okay.
Yeah, look at this. 19.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's on Facebook too.
Yes.
Hey man, see, everybody need to get on Facebook anyways, man, because you gotta get on every platform, honestly. So, LinkedIn,
I've already started.
Facebook, Instagram, all those. And, just talking about engagement. So, I've heard that, so you've had multiple roles, right? And being I guess you could say a student leader, because, hey, you call
technically
the Super Morganite, man.
Okay.
So, hey, so, you've been helping a lot of kids, especially with finding resources. Especially I've seen your TikToks, your Instagram. Just go through a little bit of what you've done just for the students at Morgan State, or just anybody that needs help.
As of recently, and you know what? So shout out to my mentors, my upperclassmen friends who are in content creation, because that's the primary reason why I began to take my social media seriously. Because I have a couple, I'd call them mentors per se. I'd see them on social media and they're just getting all this traction and they're just so consistent. And, I would talk to them and just ask for advice. I'm like, how can I get like you? And they would tell me the first thing is just post. Just post.
Bro, yes.
Just post, that's it. It doesn't have to be perfect, just post. Just put it out there, clear your drafts. And I honestly, I took that and ran with it. I mean, ever since, I want to say it's been a month or so, and I've gone from about 10K likes on TikTok to about 50K. And I've had,
a month.
Yeah. I want to say I've had 8 or 9 viral videos in the last week or two. So I was like, oh, okay.
Were you posting these in increments? Is it a strategy to this?
Yeah,
is it a
yes
game?
and no, yes and no, yes and no. I'd say when I first began, it was just very sporadic. I would just decide to post. I'd be like, I'm going to talk about this today. Just post, and I would see it would do good. But I'm like, it can do better. So I would go ahead and I decided that I was going to post 12 times a week. It's called content batching. Content batching, yes.
Where did you hear this at? That's what I want to know. Where did you hear this at? Content.
So I was a content creator for a scholarship brand called Impelingo Scholarships back in, I want to say, 2023. And I also am a brand ambassador for the Common Black College app. And that's where I learned that from. Because my mentor, she would tell me, hey, you should do this thing called content batching. And I was like, what is that? What's content batching? And basically that is the act of creating multiple forms of content at one time and then posting them over time. So just having a stash and just being able to pick from that. So you always have something to post so you can stay consistent.
Also, so basically about the consistency. So you're just having that in the back, just throw the videos out to, the people and just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. Content batching. And you said you found that because you're an ambassador at the.
I was a brand ambassador. Actually, I'm still on the website, but I haven't done anything in a while. But I did learn the terminology from my scholarship brand. It was called Impelingo Scholarships.
Impelingo.
Yeah.
Okay, Impelingo. And so, with the Black Common app, right? I actually used that because
I did too. I am a proud ambassador of that.
And that's just for HBCUs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so since you're a sophomore, how did you get that position of being, I guess coming in as a freshman year?
So they have a thing called the Global Ambassadors Program and the Teen Ambassadors Program. So the global one, they pretty much reach out to people such as counselors at high schools and just the parents, the general public. And what they do is they try to promote the Common Black College app as a concept, because most people don't realize when you're applying for college, that you pay so much money just to apply for just one school. I think when I was going through my process of applying for colleges, it was like $75 for one application. I was like, But we promoted that, and with Common Black College, I believe you only pay, how much is it?
Like $30,
yeah, for 60 schools. And that's not to say you'll get into every single one, but you'll get into majority of the school, just if you have like a 3.0. Simple as that.
Was Morgan State on?
Yeah.
Okay. And so talk to me, about going into Morgan State, like why? Why did you go to wait, can you say that word again?
The illustrious Morgan State University. So the reason why I selected Morgan, when I was a junior in high school, actually no, let's backtrack further. So both of my parents are Norfolk State alumni. They both graduated from Norfolk State. They are Spartans. Very proud Spartans. And I grew up within the HBCU sphere. Like my entire family, if I'm not mistaken, I have family at Johnson C. Smith University, which is located in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. I have family at Virginia State, NCAT, Norfolk State. I believe I had someone that's gone to ASU, which is down in Alabama, and you get the point. Like I've just been surrounded by HBCUs, and just seeing that, it really did something for me, because I was like, I want that. I want to go there. I want to go to a HBCU. So I was like, okay.
But what was that though? Like, what do you mean?
Now, Morgan, what they did was, I just felt the the familial vibe. And when I went for Explore Morgan Day, when I was a senior in high school, I was like, okay, I'm feeling this energy. Like they made me feel at home. And that's the vibe that I was looking for when it came to searching for a college, because of course you want them to have your major, you want them to provide a degree for you, but then again it's like you got to think about the experience while you're there, because it takes time to get to the degree. You don't just apply for school and automatically get the degree. It's what you experience while you're there, and I wanted that to be good.
Okay, and actually I want to talk about that too, that home feeling, because if y'all don't know that we are friends, and I go to Towson University, and I kind of ventured over to Morgan State just to see a little event that they had going on. She invited me out, got me the tickets. Obviously I paid her back, and then so when I got there and I got to the caf, and I like your friend, they all came to the table and sat. Bro, I felt that home feeling, dog. It was just like I was like home.
And it was Fried Chicken Wednesday, so everybody was in there.
I mean, but it was just that homey feeling. Like I felt like I could be vulnerable with everybody surrounding me, and I was able to connect with them. I'm still actually talking to some of the people that was there that one day. So I appreciate you and the whole Morgan family.
Yeah, they're all very cool people, and I honestly don't. I have nothing negative to say. I don't. I really don't. I've grown to love my student body because as of recently, and backtracking to the template that I made, I had the opportunity. I believe I gained over 100 followers. I met so many people.
100?
Yeah.
Hey, well,
in a few days. In a few days. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And on top of that, even the alumni started doing it.
Alumni?
Yes, they made a template, and now it's like Morgan State alumni. So that really did something for me, because now I was able to meet previous alum of Morgan State, and I could find people who were in my major, and I was able to connect with them.
Hey, that's smart, bro. Talking about like connecting. So I know you're it's NABJ.
NABJ.
What is that? Tell the audience, what that is.
So NABJ basically stands for the National Association of Black Journalists, and what that is it is a community of people within the journalism field, and you are not required to be a journalism major, but it is primarily those who want to work in the field of journalism. And what we do is we promote just journalism. I believe we have conferences every year, and they are in various cities across the United States. This year it will be in Chicago. So yeah, I have participated in boot camps with them, and basically the boot camp was we had a couple prominent journalists, one of them being a Morgan alum himself. What they did was they taught us various tips and tricks that we will need in the field of journalism. So that was very insightful. And we also have other events as well, although I can't remember. I wish I had some on the dome. I don't.
So
it's been a while.
This is an organization, right? At
Yes, we have a chapter at Morgan.
Okay, and so do you guys do? I guess also it's a chapter. Okay,
so there's chapters at each different college.
We don't got one, so I don't know what is going on with Towson, man. We don't got one.
I mean, y'all can always charter one.
Hey, we could, man. I think we just need to get like a group of people to start one.
Yeah, you'd have to have enough people interested in order to charter it, and then you just go from there.
And so, can you show like a highlighted moment that you had, especially in this chapter? Like, what was that one that's standing out to you? Was like, damn, this is dope. Like, this is it.
I would say just the meetings in general, because we have NABJ partners with Bear TV, and I'll get on that. Bear TV is it's our news station.
Okay.
So we have a news station at Morgan, and just being a part of that, it's so cool because you're meeting people who have different talents. You have those who would like to work in sports media. You have those who want to work in entertainment media. And with that being said, it exposes you to different things that you could do. So I was like, okay. And I like it because, like I said, you learn so much. We're learning from each other. And that's like skills that we can gain and things that we can share with each other. We can share information with each other. And you're meeting connections too, because if you think about it, you also have alum who are in NABJ as well. So with that being said, you're meeting student journalists, but you're also meeting people who are, they made it out the hood. Yeah.
Made out the hood.
Yeah, made out the hood.
And so
that's basically what it is. Like, they made it out the hood.
Hey, that's crazy. So, so you got NABJ and you got Bear TV. So, do these groups like come together sometimes?
So, I will say a good amount of the people who are in NABJ are also participants of Bear TV. Okay. So they're like anchors. You have the technicians, all of that. Okay.
And so you covered actually like an EA Sports football event or football on Bear TV.
I did not do football, but I did cover a story on. It was a news beat. So what happened was one of our students, I believe he participated in a gaming, like convention. I can't think of the word.
I know what you're talking about.
Gaming convention.
Was it like a
challenge? I don't know.
I don't play games.
Yeah, it was a gaming convention challenge thing that happened in Atlanta, I believe. He went down there with the intention of winning the prize money for his mom, because his mom had like a disease that needed to be treated or something. And guess what he did? He won. He won that money. He won that money. He won that money. And he was so proud, and he is a Morgan student, so we were very proud, and I was happy to cover that story because it was just so inspiring, and it was beautiful too. So it was heartwarming to know that he was able to win that money and give it back to his mom, and then I was able to cover that story, because it's something positive.
And this is all on Bear TV, correct?
This was not on Bear TV. This was for the Morgan show specifically.
Okay, let's talk about that. So what is the Morgan show?
So Bear TV actually has different channels.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So think of it as Bear TV is the station, but actually it has different shows. So think of PBS, and it has, PBS Kids, or, like the adult documentaries that come on, stuff like that. So the Morgan show is actually the sports show. So what they do is they cover all Morgan sports. So, football, basketball, softball, track and field, even esports. So yes, we cover that too.
Oh, so that's probably what it was, esports. Okay.
Yeah. So yes, that's what I covered when I was there.
Okay. And so what kind of skills are you learning and using now, especially, on Instagram or just Canva?
I've actually learned, because and backtracking to NABJ, during those boot camps, they have actually taught me a lot of things when it comes to content creation. One tip that I have learned from some of the mentors there was, when you're recording and you're filming, right, not to film in portrait mode and always film in landscape. So you never want to have your camera like this.
You want to have horizontal?
Yes, because and you know why that is?
Why?
Because when you turn it to landscape, you catch more, and you're reading more information. There's way more, and if you do it like this, That's
so it's like catches more surface area. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like how I have it right here.
Yeah,
okay.
see that's good because you have both of us in there. But if it was like portrait, you'd only have maybe like one of us in there. So that is one thing that I learned, and it's stuck with me. You know what I mean? So.
And so you just learn these type of skills through like the Morgan Show, Bear TV, NABJ. So these type of groups. Okay. And so have you met any like I guess you could say, did you meet friends through these various groups?
I actually have. Some of them I have connected with on Instagram, and now it's like, some of them they're very cool. A lot of them are upperclassmen, and they've already, they've been there, done that. So I look up to them as mentors, and I go to them for advice. Like, I love to learn from them. Like, everything that they've done, I love to learn from them. And with that being said, once they graduate, I'll be on the top, and then I can transfer that information back to underclassmen. Just keep the cycle going.
Okay, like a little 360, you know what I mean? And so talking about 360, man, so I heard that you were participating, in a spring football game. Well, you weren't participating, but you were editing clips for.
So I was actually one of the film managers, and basically what I did, basically what I did was we filmed the spring practices. So I believe for a couple of weeks during the spring, I want to say late March to mid-April, when it coincided with I Love Morgan Week. That's when the spring game happened. What I did was I filmed the content, so I learned how to use and then we weren't using the little tiny cameras, we were using the big JVC cameras, so like the big boy stuff. So it was definitely a learning experience because I've never used a camera that big before or anything that advanced.
Those are the ones that you'd be like this.
Yeah, like that. I had to learn, but that's cool though because I learned how to set them up on tripods, how to take out the SD cards, how to copy, edit, all of those things. So and those are skills; those are valuable skills
for sure.
So yeah, and it was fun. I love the field. I love being down there, and I love being involved in sports, because that's something that I could consider doing in the future, But although I will say I want to be in front of the camera and not behind it. So yeah, that's the goal. That's the end goal.
So talking about, you always got to start somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So behind the camera, so, I want to get into our next segment about being behind the scenes. So what is it like, being behind the scenes, editing clips or, being in that back of the house, like nobody's really like, I guess, noticing you, but you still are like putting out, content or just, doing stuff.
I mean, it's a cool feeling because just going back to the template thing, like just being able to make all of those and seeing people, because we have a school app, we call it Fizz, right? Have you heard of it? I've
heard of that, bro. I've heard of that. I don't know what y'all be doing on there.
Hey, honestly, I say I'm not on there like that, but I check in from time to time, and I would go on there and I would just read, and I scroll on timeline, and somebody was like, whoever made that template did they big one. I was like, oh. And I was like, you know what? They probably have no clue it was me. They have no clue it was me because they were like, whoever it is. I'm like, oh wow. Okay, and that's the point. Like, people are giving you your props, and this just.
Is it anonymous?
Yeah, it's anonymous. It was anonymous, so I didn't know who they were. But even so, I still appreciated it because they got all the upvotes. I was like, okay, I guess I ate that one little thing.
Hey. No, that's dope though.
I know.
Fizz app. I think that's only like a HBCU thing because I'm telling you, like 1,000 does not have this.
And I have a coworker. She attends FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology up in New York. They actually use Fizz too.
Yo, what?
So yeah, it's not HBCU.
Hey,
so
I don't know.
I don't know that app. I don't be on there like that. I'm not for. It gets draining after a while because it's just nothing but negativity, and I don't want that in life. I don't.
Talking about negativity though, so how is have you had any negative experiences? I guess you could say at the illustrious Morgan State. Or actually positive too.
I feel like everybody has gone through just something there, and I mean the one thing that bothered me. So you'd have to keep up and follow all of the pages because they are participating, especially the Greek organizations, because they, they do their little events here and there. And you also have them pay attention to your email because they definitely, that's why I found out about the campus cleanup.
Okay. Also, so the Greek Black is active on your, okay. And so just stay involved, just networking, you know, find them on Instagram or whatever platform you use, okay, like that. And so I want to talk about, you know, your tour guide experience. You know, you was doing the open house thing. So what was that like?
It was very fun. It was actually very fun. So Explore Morgan Day is an opportunity for incoming freshmen to just get a feel of campus, kind of like how I did it. They do it every single year. They do it once in the spring and they do it once in the fall. I did the spring one, which was in April, if I'm not mistaken. And that day they had me, I was a tour guide, but there were multiple other positions that, you know, people could have partook in. You know, they could have done cleanup, prepare, set up, tour guide, you know, all of those. I was a tour guide though, and the reason why I chose to be a tour guide is because that gives me the opportunity to interact with people, and I'm good at talking. So I have the time, you know, I was like, I get to interact with people, and I want people to see, you know, that the people here are friendly and not mean, because of course, attending an HBCU, a lot of people have negative perceptions, and then you have so much negativity on social media. So I wanted to work to help combat that. And it's, you know, it was cool. Like, I get to show people my illustrious national treasures. So, yeah.
Okay, and so like, again, how can, you know, kids get to your position and like reach out to try to, I don't know, be a tour guide or be like on like one of these?
I honestly, just put yourself out there. Take the plunge. Take the plunge. You're gonna have to take the plunge, because you, like, I always tell people, you can't. There are no opportunities waiting in that room, that dorm room. There's nothing there. There's nothing in that dorm room for you, which means you have to put yourself out there. And with that being said, I started talking to people. I started joining organizations. I check my email frequently, because your email, I'm telling you, that email is gonna hold some treasures in there. You never know. Your school's all like, there's always something that just goes overlooked, and you don't want to do that. And then, you know, you also want to make friends, you know, connect with people, upperclassmen, incoming people. You never know. There's always an opportunity waiting somewhere. So just stay active, pretty much.
And so you're always being active. So like, how do you, I guess, you're always busy. So like, how do you stay sane, or, you know what I'm saying? How do you follow a schedule or a regimen?
Honestly, I will say it's hard, you know, being a college student at the end of the day, because that's what we're there for, the degree, you know, going to class and whatnot. But then again, you just want to be able to balance it out. And I will say, freshman year had some trying times for me, like mentally and whatnot, but I overcame it. And some of the things that I did in order to stay sane were just keep myself busy, you know, because you don't want, like I said, you don't want to be in your room. There's nothing in the room. And then when you don't get out, you're sitting there just in your own little bubble, but you always want to get out of that bubble. Like, there's nothing here, you want to get out. That's the reason why I participated in so many things, because it's a learning experience as well. And on top of that, sometimes those people, just having supportive people around you, lift you up. You never know who you might meet, you know.
And so what are kind of the places that kids can go around Morgan State? Like, is there any certain building?
Like a hangout spot?
Sure, yeah.
Like,
where's that, like, yo, we gotta go to blank blank, or we gotta go to...
The CAF is one of them, as you already know. You remember, everybody was there just kiki and talking. You know, you had random people who were talking to you. They'd never seen you a day in their life. Like, you see what I'm saying? So the CAF is definitely one of them. I love going to the CAF because it's just, you sit there bonding, kiki over food. Like, there have literally been times where I would sit in the cafeteria, not even eating, just talking for hours. The Barricade is also one of them, and that's just like, you know, a little arcade where people can go. You can play on the machines, you can play pool, you can play ping pong, you can play with the VR, you can get on the computers, you can play on the Xbox, Wii, whatever they got in there. Yeah. That's one place that you can go. Where else? You know, some people like to chill in the library. I mean, the library is a quiet, calm place. Where else? The dorms themselves, they all have lounges, if I'm not mistaken. So the lobbies of those. And just outside. Some people like to go under the bridge. Some people, then that's where the skate people go.
Skaters?
Yeah, they have their own little space. Did I show you that when I was there? I don't think you were on it. Were you on that side of campus?
Yeah, I went over there by myself.
Yeah, so it was like the bridge, and I don't know if you've seen, because it depends on the day, but a lot of the times you might have the people that skate. Sometimes they just sit there, listen to music, they just chill. And then we have benches throughout campus, picnic tables, you know, all of that. So there's always somewhere to go, always somewhere to chill out.
Hey man, so I know that Morgan State is not, they're not, I guess you could say, the cheapest school. So like, how can kids, I guess, help fund their, education?
Well, I mean, the number one step I would say is to just keep your grades up, because you never know what scholarships they may offer for you. You never know. Like, they may be able to help you. But then again, even outside of academics, you just want to apply for every single scholarship you come across. It does not matter what it is. Even if you don't think you'll get it, even if it's worth $5, you always want to apply for something. Apply. Because college is expensive, and that's every college. Now, they will do something to help you out, but you never know. It's really expensive. Even for me, and I'm on a scholarship.
And so, like, are there like websites or like a Morgan website where it's like you can find a list of all these scholarships?
Yeah. So actually, the Morgan website, I have been awarded scholarships through there just by applying. They have a common application on Morgan's website. I believe, I don't remember what it's called, but you can apply to a multitude of scholarships just by doing one common application. So you just fill it in one time. You tell them, your general information, how much you might be paying, what you're involved in on campus, and then they go through individually and figure out what you apply for, or what you are qualified for. Then you can do that, and then come whenever they award you a scholarship. But then again, sometimes you might also have to look externally. So that may be UNCF, which is the United Negro College Fund, the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, Fast Web, all of those. So there's many different websites, and you could just go to random places, because some jobs, some businesses, some corporations, companies, they are always looking to award students, just college students.
Okay, and like, what makes you motivated, to keep up your grades or keep up getting these scholarships, or just be at the university itself?
The degree.
Degree?
The degree.
All right, that's a good answer, man. That's a good answer.
I feel like college is just, for me personally, I feel like college is the way to go. And I believe that just me being in higher education will just bring so many opportunities and open so many doors for me as a person. So.
And you think that's at Morgan State? Like, what if kids don't want to go to college? What if they just want to?
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, life takes you on many different paths, and I think some people aren't meant for college. That's perfectly fine. I'm a strong advocate of, people doing whatever they feel is right. Some people may want college, some people may want to learn a trade, some people may want to go to a technical school, some people may want to, learn other things or start a business. Some people graduate like high school and they start a business, they go to college, they might go to the military. There's just so many paths, and it doesn't always have to be college. So.
Okay. And so, challenges. I want to definitely talk about that. So, your grades, keeping them up. What has been a hard class or a hard subject that's just been challenging for you? Math?
Yeah. And what's funny is I am actually supposed to be on track to earn a bachelor's of science, right?
So, whoa. Science and communications.
Journalism, communications. It's in STEM technically, because it's a science degree.
What? That don't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I seen, and I was like, STEM? Like, I thought STEM was the putting cars together and playing with Bunsen burners and all of that. And I was like, oh, but no, I was required to take a math my freshman year. I took math 109, if I'm not mistaken, and that was it wasn't, it wasn't even hard. It really wasn't even hard. I managed to pass with a low B. A lot of people didn't do so well, but I was gonna pass that class. But and that's the thing, I had to work to get that B. It didn't come easy. I couldn't just BS my way through the class. I had to work. With that being said, I had to spend time practicing. I had to watch the review material. I had to study online. I had to go to office hours. I had to, email my professor, stay in contact with him, and I was always asking questions. I was that annoying student who was always asking questions. I don't care if it's 20 minutes after class and he ain't say we can go yet. I'm gonna ask some questions, okay? Because them tests, they were, I want to say I had a couple that didn't do so well. But like I said, I wasn't going like that. I went ahead and did everything. You wasn't going like that? You wasn't going like that? No, because I think I had a D at one point. I was like,
You're like, no, I
gotta lock in. I went ahead, I went with that B. I was like, okay. So literally by like the end of the semester, I ended up getting a B. And it, like I said, it took me so much in order to earn that B, but I did it. It's possible. You just gotta put your mind to it, you know.
So I want to talk about the partying. I know everybody want to get to the partying. So, how's your party experience been at? You know?
I have been to a few, maybe like 3. I'm not even really a big party person for real. I don't know. That just wasn't really me. Some people, they love to party every single weekend. You know, that was never me though. Although I did go to a few just because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to explore, get to see that feeling. You know, like what's college partying like? What's it like for, you know, to go to a club? What's it like to go out to a darty or a kickback? You know, what's that like? And I've gone to a few. They were okay. Although it gets hot because you know you're in a room full of black people for hours, so yeah, it's hot. Morgan actually, they say that we're a party school, but nothing happens on campus like that. Yeah, and it's kind of backwards because you would think a party school have all the parties will be on campus, like in the dorms. And you know, there's dorm parties maybe, you know, like a little 1-2 that the freshmen threw or something like that, but it's not like a crazy party. Now homecoming, I didn't get to experience that yet, so I don't know. They could be wilding during homecoming, but like I said, I was.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't have that homecoming. So we y'all have one this upcoming year?
We should. I hope.
Okay, so what are you expecting? You know, to be in this homecoming, like a parade or like whatever, like because I know we had one, but I was like a game whack.
That's why we're down the street.
For sure.
We in Coppin are down the street pretty much. But I've been to a few HBCU homecomings. Like I said, my parents are HBCU alum. They used to bring me to a couple when I was a kid. So I got to go to the game, you know, see the parade, you know, the age-friendly stuff. But then again, that's a whole nother school, you know what I mean? So I didn't even really get to experience it as a student, you know, like the events, the game, just all of those things. But like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to experiencing all of that this year.
Okay, and I know this is a touchy subject, and I know like all my, you know, my Morganites out there, they had a shooting, correct? So how do you know, how do the students and you feel about that shooting going on over there? Like I said, this is a touchy subject, man.
It was a little traumatizing because I had a couple friends who were shot. You know, they're good now. They're walking. They're perfectly fine. They're alive. Nobody died. So it was good to know that everybody was safe. Everybody's good. And they got the people that did what they did. So we're good. But I will say the energy of campus definitely shifted because when we first got there, we were like, "Hey, college," and then after the shooting, we was like, "No, college. I want to go home." You know, everybody went home.
Everybody went home.
Yes. I can't even begin to explain how empty campus was.
So they're like Zoom, like I guess.
No, they canceled classes completely for that entire week. It was like, nope.
Only a week?
I think it was a week, but I mean, some professors they were very very chill with it. You know, they gave some people 2 weeks, and I think we still had class, but it was really just like a little assignment here and there, and it would be something real basic, like, oh, write a paragraph about how this recent events made you feel, or something like that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it was real simple.
Like feedback?
Yeah.
Okay.
The caf was quiet. There was nobody in there.
Everybody just eating all quietly.
Yeah, it was like maybe 1 or 2 people in there.
Really?
Yes, 1 or 2 people in there at 2 p.m. And that'd be like the peak of when the caf was busy. You know, people were scared to walk out of their rooms. People didn't want to leave their dorm. People didn't want to go anywhere. People didn't want to be out at night. You know, we have a field where there's a volleyball net. No, usually every single night they're out playing volleyball, and nobody, after the shooting, nobody was outside. Nobody was outside. So like campus energy just shifted completely. And then after that, it took us some time to bounce back from that, but you know. Okay.
And so I know, like, where exactly did this shooting happen on the campus?
So it actually happened right outside my door.
What dorm? No, well, never mind.
So we had, I didn't show you the residential side of campus, but in that area there are 3 main dorms. Well, 4 now, but there was 3 at the time. So you had Thurgood Marshall Hall, where it actually like happened in that region. You have Rawlings Apartments, which is like the all-male dorm, and you have Blount Towers, which is the all-female dorm, and that's where I stayed. So in between all of those is a big giant field, and then right outside Thurgood, which also hosts the caf that I took you to, in that area, where was it? In that area, they have picnic tables, you know, like little benches, places, and that's a chill spot as well. I forgot to mention that. So the students, they usually chill there. After the shooting, nobody was to be seen at all. And then what also happened? So from what I remember, me and my roommate, we were in our room, and then we heard like pop, pop, pop. And we was like, wait a minute. And our window was facing that area. Yeah. So me and my roommate, both of us were in bed, and we sat up. We were like,
so you like kids like looking at
yes. So it was such a crazy thing to see, like in real time, because I'm like, oh, they just out there playing around. And then that's when I started panicking, you know what I mean? Because like I got little emergency messages, and they were like shooting at Morgan State. I'm like, huh? I went on Twitter, they talking about some shooting at Morgan State. It was helicopters. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
I know Fizz was jumping, huh?
Yes, 100%. Because you know how we are. Like we go run to social media when something goes down. So I'm like, oh, like this is not a joke. This is for real. So, you know, we went into a shelter in place. Like they had people hiding in the cafeteria.
Whoa, a cafeteria?
They took them to the back of the kitchen because there's doors facing like. In the caf, there are doors going outside to the field and that little area. You remember that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, yeah.
Like so little big. Okay.
Those big glass doors. So I went ahead and I was just looking outside and I'm like, what is going on? And I want to say like 6 or 7 people were struck by the bullets, and like I said, they're okay now.
The straight bullets?
Because the person was shot, but you know, I don't even know why they bothered doing all that. But with that, it was just crazy. It was a crazy night. I think I was up till 2 a.m. and I was panicking because I'm like, did y'all get them people? And I wasn't, you know, my dorm wasn't rated, but some of the students.
Oh, rated?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. So it was a very crazy night. It all happened so fast. I remember, you know, if you go on TikTok and you search Morgan State, you know, shooting. Yeah. There are videos of like the news when they came like the next day. You had students and it was like police, like SWAT came in, you know, guns in their face, and they was like, "What's going on?" Like it was that.
I was so scared. Bro.
I was scared for them.
Especially y'all black students, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you know it was a lot, and I could totally understand. Like I feel like those students who were outside had it way worse than like me and my roommate did, because we were inside, we were in safety, you know. So, you know, that happened, but I want to say we as a campus did bounce back from that, and we're slowly making our stride back to sort of some sense of normalcy, you know, and we're just hoping for a safe homecoming this year.
So y'all didn't have homecoming, so what type of other events did y'all have then? I know it was a I Love Morgan Week.
So yeah, I Love Morgan Week, that takes place, that's like a spring homecoming. So that consists of the spring football game. There might be a concert, you know, they might bring some artists. I know we were supposed to have a Sexy Red and some other.
We got Sexy Red.
Okay. Okay.
We got Towson University, got Sexy Red.
Well, she was supposed to come there, but you know what happened, so she didn't. And like the whole thing was canceled, but we did have I Love Morgan Week. We had, like I said, we were supposed to have a concert, didn't happen. Some of the artists that we've had in the past were like T Grizzly, Polo G.
Oh God,
Lil Baby.
Oh yeah, Lil Baby.
Not Lil Baby. Or maybe it was Baby. I don't know.
Man, you know Lil Baby.
G Herbo. We had some big artists, I guess. I don't know. It was before my time, so I don't know like that. But you know, like I said, concerts. You know, there's events. I think there was a Juvet. There was.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I didn't go, but I heard it was very fun. Them kids, they was
at that Juvet
rainbow down, but they looked like they had fun. So I was like, okay, no, that's right. And you know, there's just like a multitude of events, and there's something every single day. Plus, on top of that, you have parties that's happening off campus.
Well, y'all balling over there.
Yeah, so you have like events to go to during the day that are like Morgan related, and then you leave those events, maybe go get some food, and then at night you go party again. Yeah, and you come back, party the next day. Event, party the next day. It's always something like all week long. It's just, I will say, they say Morgan's a party school, like you said, but
Cause y'all are a party school, that's why.
Nothing happens on campus like that, but it's even so, like, we're gonna find a way. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're gonna find a way. There's always something going on. You just gotta find it, you know.
Man, hey. Morgan and Towson need to have like a little like get together event. Like,
And usually, I want to say we do.
It's like the class. It's like
we have some little bond. I mean, outside of sports.
But I don't know. We need to get together for sports, man. I don't know what's going on with Towson. Our football team, man. We gotta come on, man.
I mean, y'all beat us twice.
Cause y'all suck. Y'all suck, man.
Go Bears. Go Bears. That's all I'm saying.
I've never even been to a basketball game at Chelsea.
I thought you were about to say you never been to a college basketball game. Oh my god. Really?
I need to go to a. No, actually, I haven't. Actually, have I been to a college basketball game?
You have got to go. They're fun. Well, at least over here, they're fun. I don't know about.
How was the Morgan versus Howard? Cause I know that was that football or basketball? I'm tripping.
It was probably both, because we're both in the MEAC, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we seen both of them. Basketball season, we beat them because who are the Bison for real? Like what's a Bison?
No, they tough, bro. Don't do that.
Okay, well if they took tough, they would have beat us.
Hey,
They definitely would have beat us. But no, that was a fun game. And like I said, COVID affected colleges, so things got a bit dry. But with that being said, the game was very energetic, especially when we win. And, you had people standing up, cheering in the crowd. Yeah, like everybody was so happy. And it's just like the energy, like I could feel it, and it was loud. Like especially when I think they was about to get ready to hit that final 3 at the end, that buzzer beater. Man.
For Morgan or for
Morgan?
Okay.
Because I think it was close. It was a very close game. So shout out to Howard, but it was like I said, it was close. They kind of scared me a little bit. My heart was racing to the end of them games. I'm like, oh no.
I definitely gotta go to a basketball game, especially at Morgan State.
Because Morgan, like, see, that's the thing, and I want to say it's HBCUs in general, but like when you go to a game, you just feel the energy. Like it's cool. Like I don't know, it's drip or drown. Everybody be putting it on, and that's it's like a required thing. Like
required.
Everybody, I wasn't required, so like, but no. Everybody, you just go and you just be looking. Everybody got it on. Like they just come in their best fit.
They come in my best fit.
Yes, I'm telling you. Like when I went to games, I put that shit on. Like you just put it on, and that's. People we have theme nights, so I think they had like military recognition night. They might have had a whiteout, orange out. So we have themes. But in general, if it's a regular game, then
And so, so y'all main color is like orange
and blue.
So everybody's wearing orange and blue. Okay. And so are there like sections? So like how high school they had the
like
little student
section? Yep, that's okay. So we have, the home side, away side, and then right in the middle is that student section. So they have like the people with the megaphones. You got our mascot, Benny the Bear. He be over there waving.
Wait, Benny the Bear?
Yes, Benny the Bear.
Who was that?
Not too much on Benny.
So it's like a bear mask?
Oh yeah, no, it's a mascot, yeah.
Oh god.
I love Benny. So whoever that is, and then they just be over there cheering, screaming when they get ready to make a free throw, all that stuff. So it's just it's fun. It's fun.
I definitely gotta go.
That's what we be excited for. It'll be basketball season.
So no football? Like
I love going to football games. I went to a couple, but
what was your record actually?
5 and
oh god. Don't even tell me the rest, bro.
I don't know. Hey, they tried. They did their best. So, shout out the football team. Y'all did y'all big one.
Hey man, shout out Morgan State football. But with that, man, we're gonna conclude this session. Hey man, thank you, Kamari, for coming out, representing the illustrious Morgan State University.
I can't see. I had to put that merch on.
Hey, we definitely gotta do another one, you know what I'm saying?
Catch me again senior year. We gonna recap on everything.
Thank you everybody, for coming out. Hey, it's been a pleasure, man. And y'all know y'all see me rocking this uniform for the Visionaries, man. Hey, check my boy Vision Ad out, man. I know y'all see this, like, it's tough, man. Y'all gotta go get that. But hey, thank you. We're signing off, and this is Visionary Collectives. See you soon.
Bye, y'all.